So hello friends, let's talk about Amazon RDS. So today we will learn the basic understanding for Amazon RDS. So in AWS console you can search from here, okay, and you can click and you will get on this RDS page. Okay, so I have noted down some points to, to this RDS, so we can go through one by one. Okay, so see, this is the relational database service and it's a fully managed service by AWS. Okay, so it means the backend instance you don't have access, you cannot access the backend instance. It is managed by AWS. Okay, so it is used SQL as a query language. Okay, and it is allowing you to create database in the AWS cloud, and those DB will be managed by AWS. Okay, so it's a fully managed service. You can create your database and you can use it. You don't have to worry about the backend hardware and backend infra and backend OS. All the things will be taken care by AWS. Okay, so currently AWS is supporting below database engines. You can see first one is Aurora with MySQL, with Postgres and MySQL, MariaDB, PostgreSQL, Oracle, and MySQL SQL Server, and IBM DB2. So IBM DB2 is recently added, as you can see. Okay, so in November 23, so there was a collaboration. So if I will take you through this URL, maybe you will get idea. Let me open these URLs for you. I will paste these URLs in the comment section or maybe in the description so that you can also see. So this is recently added. If you will click here in create database, you can see IBM DB2. Okay, previously it was not here, so recently it is added. So here you can see IBM DB2 is now available on Amazon RDS. Okay, and this is the article for November 27, 2023. It is also published in the AWS website. Okay, so you can go through these websites. So it's a latest news. Okay, so as AWS RDS is managed service, so it comes with some benefit. Okay, so backend OS is patching is managed by AWS, so you don't have to patch your backend infra or OS. It is managed by AWS. Okay, so continuous backups are running, okay, for the RDS, and you can restore at any point of time. Okay, and RDS is having monitoring dashboard too, so that you can monitor your database in a real time. Okay, and RDS is having read replicas to enhance read performance. Okay, so we will see in later lecture. So what does it mean? Okay, whenever a customer will try to run select query, so select query will go to read replica. Okay, and it will give the output, so your main database will be load free. Okay, we will see in later. So for disaster recovery also we can set up MultiAZ. Okay, so if I will take you in the console, you can see, let me select MySQL, and here you can see you have production, dev, and free tier account. You can see in free tier you don't have any option, but in test you can choose what you want to choose for availability. In production you should select this multi-AZ DB cluster. Okay, so that it will be in disaster recovery. Okay, so this is the thing, and we can schedule time frame for patching and upgrade. So we have an option where you can select the patching time, suppose in weekends or maybe the off business hours, then AWS will take time to upgrade the backend infra in that time. Okay, so both scaling is also possible in RDS, horizontal and vertical. So in horizontal you can create n number of read replica, and in vertical you can increase the instance type. If you will see here, you can see this is the instance type. You can see 4 CPU, 16 GB RAM. You can upgrade, okay, with 8 CPU, 32 GB as per your need. And read replica we will check later. Okay, so Amazon RDS is also using EBS volume in backend to store the database. The database type will be GP2, GP3, IO1, and magnetic disk also. So to see more, I have this article. If you want to read more, you can directly go to this article and you can see the storage types. Okay, if you want to read more, you can read from here. But this support GP2, GP3, and this IO1 and magnetic disk. Okay, so the important thing you have to remember, like you cannot SSH the EC2 instance, the backend instance. Okay, it is as it's a managed service. AWS will take care to manage the backend OS. You have you can access only the database, not the server. Okay, so what is RDS auto scaling? Okay, so this is also a good thing. uh, in the console, okay, let me show you the option. I will click on dev and test. Okay, I'm selected this MySQL just for your information. If you will scroll down, you can see this is the general SSD GP3. In the storage auto scaling, you can see you have maximum storage threshold. So when you will enable this auto scaling, so suppose you have created 200 GB disk, okay, and this disk is 90% filled. So this auto scaling will trigger and it will go till 1 TB. AWS will increase from backend. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. It will take care by AWS. Okay, so when this storage increment will happen, so you can see there are three parameters. Okay, so first of all, you can see storage should be equal to or less than 10%. Okay, and the low storage condition at least for 5 minutes, that is also fine, and at least 6 hours have passed since the last storage modification. Okay, so if all these three conditions will apply, then RDS will increase automatically. If you want to see more, you can go to this article. You will get in the comment check, in the description, to see more. Okay, so this is the article where you can read for this auto scaling. Here also you can see auto scaling things, and you can see free space 10%, low storage at least for 5 minutes, and this one. Okay, so there are some conditions you don't have to remember, but this is the fact. Okay, so this is the basic for this Amazon RDS. Maybe I will go through in the console, and maybe I will go through with this all the steps. So in the RDS you have two options, standard and easy create. So in easy create, AWS will choose default options. In standard create, you can select granular details like granular option. So first of all, if I will select MySQL, you can select any database. So here you can select engines. Okay, so by default it's the latest engine. Okay, and here in templates you can see production, dev, and free tier. Okay, so if you are testing something, you should choose dev and test. Okay, in the test. I mean, if you're testing in your home or your own accounts, you can use free tier. But in the companies, if you are doing any POC or some testing, you should go with this test account. It is also having all the features. If suppose you want to multi-AZ DB cluster, okay, so it is also you can select. Okay, so this is the instance name, DB instance name. You can select, and the password and username you can also fill. Okay, and here you can select auto generate password, or you can type your own passwords to connect the database. This is the class. You can see you can choose your RAM and CPU for the database, and storage you can see there is the IO1, okay, for this MySQL. But if you will go to production, the this is also IO1, but if you will click on this free tier now, you will get some more disk options also. Just go below, you can see GP2, GP3, IO1 and magnetic. Okay, so magnetic is not recommended. So for dev and test you have only IO1 volume. Okay, so here you can select your capacity. Okay, so this auto scaling I have already explained this option. And here in connectivity, what you have to do, if you want to, if you have the EC2 instance from where you want to connect, so you can select from here that instance, and it will automatically create SG rules and all, and it will attach. Or you can create this subnet group, and you can create your own default groups. Okay, so here you can see VPC you have to select. You can select any VPC. Okay, so in public access you can select whether you want public access or no, so you can choose your options. In VPC security group, it's a firewall. You have to click, you have to select the firewall, okay, to access the instance, this DB instance. You can also select the zone. Okay, so proxy also you can choose. And database authentication you can choose password, IAM base and Kerberos. Maybe password and authentication generally we are using. Monitoring you can turn off or turn on. Okay, so this is the monthly cost you will get. So in next video we will try to create this RDS, and we will see how it is we can log in and work in the RDS. So that's it for this video. It's a small introduction for this RDS. Okay, so that's it for this video. Bye bye.